This was the first in a series of mass deportations of Poles deep into the Soviet Union, organized by the NKVD. Official sources say that in 1940, 140,000 citizens left the country in a series of forced, brutal deportations. Unofficially, it is said that the Soviets deported up to 1.5 million Poles. Many of them never returned. Today is the 84th anniversary of the series of tragic events. They took Polish people literally as they stood. They gave an hour to pack the most necessary things for a multi-day journey, and then, held at gunpoint, they herded them into cattle cars. In conditions that were abusive to human dignity, they set off on the longest journey of their lives, often in a one-way trip. These deportations took place on the basis of certain typifications. The local representatives of the Soviet authorities, they would get information about who was important here, who was wealthier than others, and these people were put on special lists, on the basis of which the NKVD carried out the deportations. There were several, if not a dozen, such deportations. The Soviets admit to deporting some 140,000 Polish citizens to Siberia and Kazakhstan. But these are only official estimates. There may have been as many as 1.5 million Poles deported, as many documents were lost in the chaos of the deportations. It took place in such a way that they just came and gave an hour to pack. My grandmother grabbed the things she managed to grab as quickly as possible, some valuables, bedding, clothes. She managed not to forget to take a manual sewing machine, which turned out to be a treasure. The Soviet Union was well aware that Poland was a country that would not give up so easily, that the Poles would strive at all costs for independence and to rebuild the Polish intellectual and cultural layer so that Poland could be reborn in the future. That is why they made the decision that all people associated with the intelligentsia, all families of officers, should be pacified. The 1940 deportations were nothing new in Russian ways. In the 19th century, Polish patriots were deported to Siberia by the Russians on the orders of the Tsar. Just a year ago, the media reported on mass deportations deep into Russia of Ukrainian citizens from Putin-occupied territories. Konrad Warzocha, TV Republika.